Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on a Steam update that I had wanted to talk about a little while ago. Dropped a few days ago publicly to everyone, was rolled out in beta for a while, but essentially it's some quality of life improvements to the downloads page, and it's quite nice in my opinion, so we'll talk about that. I find Steam to be fascinating and what kind of updates they do, because I feel like some elements of Steam are super top-notch, and then other elements are lagging behind in comparison, but that's for later in the video. Also, Xbox GamePass, we have some updates coming to that. 11 new games dropping in September, a lot of good ones, so let's talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, as noted on PC Games Zen, they have a great article on this, so I'm going to leave a link to their article in the description box below. That they do a really good job running down this update that was in beta for a while, but essentially it's a quality of life improvement on the download section of Steam, and it's quite nice in the sense of you have a lot more information, and information that is relevant and presented in a good way as well. I really like the addition of a far more clean and less cluttered aesthetic, in my opinion. It's a little bit simple on the surface, but at the same time, I think it looks really good. And this is something I think Steam could have done a while ago, but Steam rolls out updates that I find fascinating, because I think Steam, there's some areas like this I thought were lagging behind a little bit, but at the same time, Steam does some things exceptionally well. Just, for example, their curation, I do not think any other storefront from a major store such as PSN, eShop, Xbox Live Game Store, anything like that, does nearly as good of a job in curation. And guess what? That's probably good for Steam and Valve, and that's probably the thing they care about the most, because that is what's going to lead to you actually spending money. The download section being cleaner and having a better aesthetic, is that really going to lead to a better revenue stream for them? Maybe it will. Maybe overall having a cleaner look, having a better aesthetic, having a better UI is going to lead more people to using Steam in general, but curation, I think, is so much more important. And again, I can understand from Valve's standpoint, they're of the mindset, yo, let's get this right as much as we can, and we can think about other things like the aesthetic and everything like that sometime down the line. But it is a lot more clean, and I do like what it's got going on right now, so check it out for yourself. Obviously, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have launched Steam within the last week or so, and you've already ran the update, so let me know what you guys think of the new look, the new presentation of it, and I think it looks pretty good. And really looking through everything, man, I have like so many updates for games scheduled right now that I really need to actually get to finishing it and not having it pause for like 3 years on end. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to quickly talk about the Xbox Game Pass update for September, and boy, oh boy, one of the best months in terms of updates in quite a while. Let's talk about some of the other games that are dropping. Well, yesterday also, Flynn Son of Crimson dropped. This is day one with Xbox Game Pass, cloud, console, and PC. Looks like a pretty cool game, but another one that probably wouldn't have done exceedingly well, but as an Xbox Game Pass title, I do think a lot of people are going to check it out. I Am Fish on there, a Skatebird is on there. Skatebird isn't getting that great of a reception, so that's a little bit of a bummer. I actually saw some potential in that game. Superliminal also dropping today on cloud, console, and PC. All of these are cloud, console, PC. Origami 2, that's cloud, console, PC. That's a huge addition to Xbox Game Pass, in my opinion. I thought Origami 1 was pretty darn good. Origami 2 looks to be a little bit more of the same, but also you can play solo, you can play co-op stealth, but also you can play solo, you can play it in co-op if you want, and it is noting a gripping narrative, so pretty cool on that. And again, for a new release also being added day one, even if it's a smaller game like an Origami, like a Flynn, the fact new releases are getting added to Xbox Game Pass, I think that's always a good thing. Lost Words Beyond the Page, another game being added to cloud, console, PC. Sable is getting added to cloud, console, and PC. This is one I'm excited for. Available on day one with Xbox Game Pass, embark on an unforgettable journey and guide Sable through her gliding, a rite of passage that'll take her across stunning deserts and ancient wonders, explore a rich world by hoverbike, solve puzzles, climb great heights, and get to know the inhabitants, discover who Sable is beneath the mask. This game, I remember seeing the trailer for it a while back at some Microsoft event, and I thought it looked quite good. Maybe not a title, you know, dropping $60 on. Those games are few and far between these days, but man, I thought that game had a lot of potential when I initially saw it, so excited to try that out. That's September 23rd. Also September 23rd, Subnautica Below Zero, so that's a pretty notable edition as well. Subnautica is a pretty notable game in general, so a lot of good stuff. Lemnis Gate is also being added. Unsighted is being added. There are a ton of games that are a little bit smaller, but still extremely new games and notable titles that are being added. Austria Ascending is being added the same day, September 30th, alongside Unsighted. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous RPG with a very, very cool art style. This is one that if you're a fan of JRPGs, definitely one that you're going to want to have on your radar. And also, Phoenix Point is going to be dropping on consoles on October the 1st, so yeah, that's on consoles. But a lot of great titles being added to the fixture on Xbox Game Pass, one of the best services in gaming right now. I know $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate might be a little bit steep, but if you can get it on sale, I think there's a 3-month Xbox Game Pass Ultimate deal right now for like $25 or something like that. And then also, pretty regularly, you do have the 3 months for $1, so let me actually look that up if that's valid right now. It looks like, you can get your first month for $1 right now, so that's the deal they're doing right now with Game Pass Ultimate. So that's a little bit of a bummer that they're not doing the 3 months, but hey, that is me just being hella cheap. I think Game Pass is an exceptional service, and come Forza Horizon coming out, hopefully Halo Infinite isn't trash and I can have some fun with the campaign. I don't know how much I'm going to get into the multiplayer with that game, but then you've also got hopefully Fable coming out next year. Hopefully, some other major exclusive. Stalker 2. Like, Stalker 2 is just gonna be in Game Pass. Like, what is that? That's kind of crazy. And I have a buddy that I've talked to quite a bit that just absolutely hates Game Pass just because he likes to own all his games. And he's literally dropping like $60 on these games that are coming out. The Xbox titles, like he dropped $60 on Gears 5, for example, and is going to drop $60 on Forza Horizon, which, it's your money, you can do what you want to do with it, but I just think Game Pass is such a better route to go, as long as you're playing games. Sometimes that's how they get you in subscription services. You're not playing much of anything, but you just let that subscription service lapse, and it's $10 a month, and you're just like, oh, it's only $10, it's not a big deal. Well, if suddenly 1 million people are doing that, and I think that's, not that unrealistic of a number, well, that's Microsoft just getting 10 million free dollars from people every month. So you want to be taking advantage of it to actually get your money's worth. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for me. Again, pretty nice little Steam update there. And then also Xbox Game Pass getting a nice hefty update with a lot of new games being added. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. I am out, guys. Peace.